All right. We are here at Out of the Mud. Lessons with Larry, episode 73. With Stephanie Winfrey, Juice the Truth, Money Mike, and we're all here. But Larry is out for right now, but we're still doing the show, and this is episode 73. And the subject matter for today is time and place. And who gets the family and friends after a breakup? Now here's the team at Lessons with Larry. Let's go.
Hello there. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Always appreciate it. And once again, here with our two lovely guests. Hosts, I'm sorry, not guests. Special hosts. Let me correct myself with that. Ms. Stephanie Winfrey and Miss Juice the Truth, who's coming off of a birthday. So we're going to say happy birthday to Juice. Happy belated birthday. Yeah. Oh, both of them. I'm sorry, Stephanie too. Well, she told me she was because she told me she was, but she told me she is a Jehovah Witness, and it slipped my mind because she said she. But then she do the birthdays. But anyway, we here stand to have this discussion about time and place and who gets the family and friends after the breakup. And we'll go with the person most likely that'll fit that first, and that would be something you would be probably involved in.
No.
So we'll let her go with that first.
Is that for the time and place?
No, the time and place. We going
No, not the time and place. The family, friends, and after the breakup.
Who gets the family and friends?
That's how we going with the time and place. It's a time and place for everything. So, but by what we you start that out. Go ahead.
Okay, and then once again too, we hope that they heard that song. My brother Crazy About It is his introductory song when the show come on. So again, to the gentleman that wrote that song, we send a shout out to him as well.
Yeah.
But let's get to the matter at hand. Pick your poison. She passed, and because it applied to her, so the pressure on. So Juice.
So time and place, or who gets the family after the. I like to start with who gets the family and friends after the breakup.
Okay.
So I feel like after the breakup, the person that gets the family and friends, like if there was some kind of like real relationship going on, I think it's always gonna be some type of connection. Because I don't think that like after a serious breakup, especially if y'all been together for a while,
right,
it's gonna be hard to just disconnect, because people do break up, get back together, break up, get back together. If you've had like a connection with that family, it's gonna be hard to just let it go.
Yeah. But on the flip side of that, did you have something to say?
No, you go ahead.
But on the flip side of that, that's the way it should be. But when you break up, sometimes people might say something bad, like, put the bad vibe and bad energy, like that person did this to me, and go to your aunties and your uncles and say, forget him or forget her. I ain't know they did this to me, and your auntie and uncle like, well, what? No, we can't fool with them like that no more. It just depends on who the family is and who's in the love that they have. That's how I feel.
Okay, if you don't mind, I think it's more of a situation like this. I think this is really what you're trying to get.
Okay, well, tell
understanding
me then.
of. Basically, what is one of the most important things it is that they say is don't involve your family in your relationship, because just as Ms. Juice was saying, that sometimes you break up, you get back together. But if you didn't involve your family and you telling all the bad things that done happened to you,
it's gonna make it
now
complicated.
they done formed an opinion of this person. So whether you take them back or not, they're not going to embrace that person. So it's why they say leave, the family out of it. Because we have to go with it ain't a flip side. It's just a bottom line to do's and don'ts. Because on the other hand, once you genuine and you done bonded with this family, okay, things didn't work out with you and that person. We sorry it didn't. But the true friendship and bond that been built between the family, it's going to remain.
Yeah.
Now,
I agree.
Let me say this. This is where I feel the time and place can slide into this. Now, off that breakup, family events. So when you got your new his or her, you understand, coming into play.
Mm-hmm.
Then by this person being like family now,
Mm-hmm.
he gonna be there. Now you bringing the newbie there, tension and
Right.
different things could be there. So it wouldn't hurt to go have an adult family discussion and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on in my life. I'm not asking y'all
Just
not to
kick it
talk
with
to
him.
him or do none of this, but right now this is something new. I don't want no drama, no trouble, and I'm bringing a new person that's in my life.
Right.
So
Mhm.
you must address that type of situation because that's the things that surround it.
Right.
Is they are family, and
Mhm.
he gonna be
Yeah.
there. Somebody gonna tell you, we doing this,
Mhm.
or tell her.
I have family like that. I have
And I know
specifically
it's-
like 2 cousins. One was married to his, his ex. They were married. They had a kid. They've been together for decades. They
Mhm.
broke up, separated. His ex, she still, like, we still consider her family, regardless if they together or not.
Right.
They have like a mutual understanding that, they're not together. They both
Right.
date other people, but she still comes to all our family events. Like, she's family.
Okay,
So,
so
and there's never any like tension. There's never any drama because I feel like if you gonna come, if you're like the ex and you decide to come to the family event, you have to know that there's a chance that your ex can bring somebody else, and you got to be okay with that.
That could be a mad mess.
But we've never had any issues with it in our family. And
Really?
then another cousin, which is his brother, they him and his ex, they have adult kids, but they was together for a long time. She still come to family events as well.
Really?
Never any drama.
She family.
Yeah, she's family.
But
like, we
now-
consider her family.
Right. Now, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but how long before the family get together come and the new came in where the ex was involved? How soon did that come together?
That was probably it. It probably took a while.
Okay, that's
for the family member to bring somebody else, because like in my family, we don't just bring people to the family event. You have to actually be in a relationship.
Earn your way in
be in a
Time and
relationship.
place.
You're not just gonna bring, just
Right.
somebody
Time and
random
place.
or whatever. But yeah, it's like it's never been any drama. It's never been any, arguing or like that type of tension. It's like we consider them family, so they still come. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, because I fall into that. Like, for instance, with Stephanie, she has a cousin, her first cousin, which I was very involved with. But it's been so long and so many years, even though we not together.
Right.
The rest of them, I still call it her auntie's aunt. Family. I'm not fixing to change up because this month you don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
And if she brings somebody to the party there too, you're gonna be cool with that.
Well, we didn't. There's nothing for me to say.
I think it's only tension if it's still feelings. If there are still feelings involved, then there's gonna be tension. But if like my cousins, they're like mutually cool with the people that they was in a relationship with, to where there's no tension. Like, so they can bring somebody and it's not gonna be, any tension like that or whatever. But if there's no feelings involved and the feelings are all gone and it's over, then I think they can coexist.
Yeah.
But if you still feel any type of way against that person, I don't think it'll be able to work.
I'll say, bring out the violin and I'll get me a glass of wine and I'll sit back and watch the show.
That too.
Period. Because I don't know.
I mean, me, I'm gonna put it like this with me. I accept any and everything it is that I created, or that, hey, I wasn't the one that can make you and be what you wanted me to be for you. So there's no way I can have an attitude if you find who can fit the bill. I can't fit the bill. I can't fit the bill.
Right.
And I'm like, I love like the one we speaking on. I love her, but
you not, exactly. But you're still emotionally connected.
But not to where is if this. You got to keep in mind this. I done already had the encounter of it, and wasn't no problem. I said, hey, that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. When something was brought to my attention, I said, this is what you deserve. Hey, I couldn't rise to the occasion for you. Not saying taking nothing from me. Some people just
and just don't stand in the way of her happiness.
But some two people might just not be, much as you may care, might not be the ones for each other for different reasons.
Well,
but I can accept when I go, if I see somebody with them, I'm not getting ready, and like for instance, my daughter mother, I love them dearly, and they moved on. We around with my daughter. You wouldn't been there. They with their people. That's what it is.
Yeah, when there's no emotions involved in it, it's okay to, like, you can see it and be happy for them and all that. But if they still feel some type of way about it,
but don't get it wrong. And some people might got good poker hands and hide it good, and that's a good thing if you don't act on it.
Yeah, you got good poker hand. You hide it very well.
Well, I put it like this: I don't have to hide it because I share. That, hey, you hear me say I love them, but not in love and no love to where I feel. It's more of this is family now. Something to me. I care about the person's well-being.
Yeah,
I love them. I'm not gonna lie. I don't make no lie. If I had to listen, this is like I tell it. If one of them, for whatever reason, was in a bad way, and I would have, if I had to leave out my house and go, hey, get yourself together. Hey, you got my kid. You done had a child with me. Hey, I have loyalty to certain things.
Absolutely.
No, not no messing around. Whoever I'm gonna be with, my player days, hey, that's over with it behind me. That don't get you shit. So, let me be the first to say. You know what I mean?
He's retired.
So, the only thing kept me alive is this special pillow that George. And I suggest everyone buy one of these for real. If it wasn't for that pillow for me to hold on to, I don't know what the hell I would do. I done called that pillow 9 different names.
Oh, my God.
And it come through every time.
Okay.
And you end up able to sleep comfortably.
Okay.
What kind of pillow is it?
What is that? No, real talk.
Like a body pillow?
It's called the Pillow Cube.
Look, he gave it to me in something this big. And I thought he had lost his mind. I said, no wonder, you sitting there with, who want to take it out the thing? It expands. And when I tell you, it fits right into you.
I might have to get me one.
No, you need to get your mom one.
Yeah, you're right.
Real talk.
Oh, that's what it is. The Pillow Cube.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
But it's gonna look this big, and you're gonna be like, he out of his mind. But no, it expands.
Oh, okay, cool.
Real talk. I mean, I didn't try to turn this into it, but it just happened to really play a part in my lonely night.
Well, I have a whole body pillow that keeps me, on my lonely nights.
Well, can I ask you a question?
It's like,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's your pillow name?
Him.
Okay. Now,
you don't have a special
name. I didn't name mine. I just put always put, when I'm in my feelings, I put DMX in. Veronica, Tawana, Kim.
It's whatever you feel at that moment.
Whatever it is.
Right. Oh, well.
Oh, my God.
Back to this subject, though.
Well, it's a situation. It's a situation that, okay, so it's a lady and a man, right? And my aunt and my uncle. My aunt and her fiance. A guy that I was dating at one point in time. And was friends with her fiance. Right? But when him and I broke up, he sided with my auntie, like family. We not messing with him, we not going there, we not messing with him. So he was like, well, that's fate. Because if you my friend, you still supposed to be my friend. But
after the breakup.
But you signed with her. But I said, well, hey, listen, he got to sleep with that woman.
Yeah.
He got to sleep with that woman. And what you should understand the friendship and understand why they did it. Even though I kind of see both of it. I kind of see the way he's saying he's fake, but I also see the side where you got to understand that that's his fiance, and that's he got to go home at night with this woman.
Well, how about this? First of all, everybody you can't call a friend. Some of this is associates.
Absolutely.
So when it's under associate status or even friend status, I'm not gonna speak against you. I will come and say, look here, bro, you my man's, but this is this woman's direct
family.
kin. So, bro, I'm not finna rock my boat. I have nothing to say about you. But hey, man, I'm finna keep home happy just as I know you would.
Right.
So, it's how you deliver and how you come off.
But they were saying, well, in front of the family, you don't speak to me. But when you ain't with the family, you speak with me.
Okay, that's how I need to operate.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if that's too much for you, I respect it if you don't want to associate with me.
Okay.
But then there are certain things that if it's not a disrespect to no one, then you're gonna stand firm and 10 toes down, on that. So then again, that can fall under time and place. Right. And man, when we there, we chop it up. It ain't nothing against you. As long as I ain't speaking on you or against you, we good.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, I had to understand, kind of both sides of it. Yeah. But do you consider that being fake?
I wouldn't say it's fake. Well, like if you really don't speak to them at all because of the family around, but then when the family not around, you do speak.
That's fake.
That's drawn. Yeah, that's fake. Because if you gonna speak to them, you gonna speak to them regardless. Like whether the family around or not, you don't have to hold a whole conversation with them or anything like that. But yeah, if you gonna speak to them, you gonna speak to them whether the family around or not.
Yeah, just speak.
So that shouldn't have any.
And I think that's where the problem kind of came, lie with that. But again, as adults, I think that should not be a deal breaker between the two. That was what you say. It could be associates or friends. That should not be a deal breaker.
There's a difference.
I think it should be a conversation with grown people, because this is my thing. Life is too short. And you never know what tomorrow going to bring. And I think it should be a level, okay, just have that conversation, and maybe it's a misunderstanding, or maybe it can be corrected.
I mean, if y'all real cool or friends, as you say, then we should be able to sit down and talk about it and get an understanding. And I'm gonna hear what your grievance is about it.
Right.
And if I need to apologize to you, I'm gonna apologize.
Right.
And I'm gonna do it this way.
Right.
But
and that's on both sides.
That don't separate the family because the two people not together. Once again, that falls under that. If it's genuine, they're not going to separate.
And that's a good thing what you just said, separating the family. So now that brings a wedge, because if I was decide to go with my family, you're not coming because he there. I mean, and that and my whole dilemma was saying that was like it affects everybody. In the end, it's going to affect everybody. So, people can't always just think about themselves in a fact like this.
Right. But let's remember this. Another valuable point out of this. Leave your family out of your affairs.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about that.
And friends.
Because you got to understand, like for instance, we don't even hang out, nothing. But if you come up here and be like, hey, man, if y'all know such and such, man, you did this, did that. I might not say nothing, but I'm like, I'm gonna have some type of feeling about the person because you cool with, so certain things. Know exactly what it is, and people got to cut their hot and cold mess out too.
Yeah.
Quit saying things because you mad.
Right.
Then once you come off of that and y'all back, shaking the sheets together.
I just had that conversation with somebody earlier today. She was telling me that she doesn't really like her brother's wife because of some things that her brother told her about their relationship, but then they're still married and they still like have this relationship, and now she don't like the wife, but she's still cordial to her and she speak to her, but because of what he said, she don't want like a relationship with she have ill feelings towards it.
So now what he done did was brought a wedge between them. And don't even realize the seriousness of that wedge, because now the sister is like, we love our relationship. Our family may not love them the way that we do. So that's the key thing on why you should not go to your family and friends talking and being upset and saying mean things or about them, and then if you decide to get back with them, they looking at you like, what?
I think it has a lot to do with how the relationship ended too, because I know I've had cordial endings
where
relationships didn't end like horribly. Said it was bad.
Should I get up and leave the store?
Yeah, you go take a break.
I can take a break.
You take a time
Yeah,
out.
if it was toxic and it
was
ended
very
in a toxic way, then that's different than,
and that's what I'm talking about.
Because I have exes that I will still speak to if I see them. Like, I don't really have any exes.
And I do
when
too.
I see them out, I'm looking at them and I don't have any exes like that. Most of my exes are like, we're still cordial. Like, it's like, it didn't work out, but how you doing? Yep, good. All right, nice seeing you.
Yeah, so and that's how it should be.
Let's get to this time and place of that.
Of toxic.
Of what you're talking about, though. Now, in the event, this is hypothetically speaking. This is not directed towards no one. But I'm just saying, in any event, like you said, if it was something that was very toxic and these people know this, then you accept, you understand how they feel, because they got every right to feel that way.
Yeah.
Because sometimes maybe your family love you more than you love yourself.
Absolutely.
And there's things that go on with us that have us participate in some stuff that's just not healthy or good for us. But I used to be one that'd sit if I, for instance, knew something. It might be a case where I used to would say, "No, damn that, this, and that." But I could say through dealing with cuz and talk she had with me about open talks of other things.
Right.
And it made me look at things from a different perspective about not to say, "Oh, don't mess with this person."
Right.
Like all I could do is be supportive to the person I care about.
Yeah.
But one's journey gonna be their journey. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You could be 100% right, but when something's in a person heart and they set to do what they're gonna do, that's their journey. Because it's a point in time in all of our lives that we've been told about something, and we do that to the side and proceeded on and bumped our head or whatever was to come about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just think, again, you said the key word depends on how that relationship ended. Toxic is man.
Yeah.
See, a lot of yours, I don't know if it was a clean breakup. See, if it's a clean breakup, then you can be friends with the family. You can come around the family because there's no animosity or none of that between the two of you. But when you have that toxic and it's animosity between the two, oh, this motherfucker did this she did this to me and he did that to me, and now the family looking like, or his friends looking like, well, damn, fuck her, or fuck, you know what I'm saying? And so now what do we do? It's like now you didn't involve
I think in that
people.
type of situation, if it was like a toxic breakup, usually the family is going to side with their family member.
Absolutely.
So in that case, then it's a little bit different than maybe you won't speak to them when you see them out. So I think it all depends on how it ends. Yeah.
See, but when you get into that part about the negative part of an ending or something, you gotta sit down and you gotta take the person involved with that. That say, you know what, I know whatever this was. That person got to step up and go to their family, especially the ones that's affected by it.
Right.
You got to go to them and you got to be straight up with them. You can't convince them
that's what I said.
to ride with it, but you at least got to say is, look, however you feel about this, I respect it. I'm not fixing to tell you one way or another because you love me, and I know that's where you coming from, a good place. And you got to be upfront about what you choosing to indulge in,
right?
To protect them from going further into a mental thing about what you participating in. That they don't went through the horrible ride with you.
Right. Yeah. And that and man,
I like me, hypothetically speaking, you my little sister, and I'm like, look, sis, right now, as wrong as this is, whatever part of me got me engaged in dealing with this. But I do not knock you for how you feel. I'm not going to look at you when you frown at her when I bring her around, because you got every right to. And that person got to be up, whoever it is, whether it's he or she, got to accept how the family going to feel towards them. Because whatever my in-laws or whatever feel about me, I can only apologize for at the time that I was a person not being the right person I was during that time. So we got to accept the responsibility for our actions. And
taking
for
accountability.
every reaction is a reaction. And when you done something, that family feels that way.
Yeah.
And so, hey, you can't make people, hey, this never happened, and let's pick up. And it don't work like that.
It don't work like that.
Scars.
But
scars come into this stuff.
Yeah.
That's why all of us got to be conscious. I'm so glad I've grown, because you're going to understand who are you hurting.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was raised, so when I got married, and I remember my mother saying, she said, you know, whatever you go through with your marriage is between you and him. She said, I'm staying biased, and I'm not gonna take no sides. And she meant that. And it got pretty bad, but to this day, she still have love for him. Like nothing never happened. And it was pretty bad. But you have to make a choice. You know, my mother, she said, she never interfered. She told me, whatever make you happy, I'm happy. If you want to choose to deal with that toxic, she said, if that's what make you happy, she said, I'm happy with you.
Yeah.
But that's your decision. I don't have nothing. She didn't want to sway me no way, because you might get back with this man.
Right.
And she said that. And I think that's how people got to be mindful.
Good advice.
I think most, like,
be mindful
in
of
most
that.
families,
It was.
they're biased to the person that they're related to. Like my mom, my mom, my brother, like my brother have a relationship issues. He might, tell my mom go automatically be on his side.
Yeah.
I'm completely different, because I'm gonna tell you,
the
like,
truth.
if I hear, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Oh no, you was wrong for that.
Yeah, the truth.
Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not a biased person. If you tell me the situation, like, I had a best friend,
and that's how I am.
She's married. She'll call me venting here, and I have to, like, stop. But what did you do? And what, like, what? How did you react? How did like? So I think it's important, if you gonna vent, it's important to vent to somebody who's not biased.
That's right. Absolutely. And that's taking accountability, in all the situations, and you being that friend or that sister, you being honest and truthful. I'm I don't care who it is. And I tell people this: right is right and wrong is wrong. I cannot accept why is you whispering? Oh my God. I cannot
That's not about you.
I cannot, because I forgot about what I was gonna say.
That you're not a biased person.
I'm not a biased person at all. And if you're saying something, I have to be. I don't care if you're my brother, my cousin, my sister, whoever it is, my daughters. If you wrong, you are wrong. Because if I condone your wrong, I'm not teaching you nothing. I'm not teaching you no good. So I have to tell you when you're wrong.
Right. I agree with you.
Yep. We want to give a shout out to Mr. Mayfield, James Mayfield.
The greatest.
Mrs. Mayfield.
George F. Grundy. George F. Grundy the second.
Makeup by Jock.
Larry Lott.
To Out of the Mud
family.
To the Out of the Mud family, yes.
To everybody.
And that's the family that covers on that end.
Right. And Makeup is My Life.
Yeah, by Jock.
She be doing her thing up here. She has her office up here. Her makeup.
Oh, she do.
And she do her thing.
What's the whole name of her thing?
Makeup is My Life.
What?
MU
Jock.
Yeah.
MU Jock.
MUA Jock.
MUA Jock.
Makeup is My Life.
Right.
Yeah, she has her makeup studio right here. It's convenient. And
right downtown Flint. Yeah, if you're looking for a makeup artist, you got a special event coming up, you definitely want to hit up MUA Jock.
Makeup is My
Life.com.
Absolutely. So yeah.
And again, shout back out to Out of the Mud, James Mayfield the greatest, George F. Grundy the second, and Larry Lott for giving us this platform of Out of the Mud, INC. We'll send mad love out to them.
Absolutely. Okay. That was a good job.
And we're pretty much at the end of this. Again, want to thank whoever, Also, is share, like, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, and follow.
And follow. Yeah.
Because when you follow it, it'll pop up. No matter who is on the
Right.
platform, it'll pop up
Because
when
we
the time
definitely
comes.
appreciate y'all comments and input when you
Absolutely.
take part in other shows.
Mhm.
But for today, we just like to say thank you. We're gonna
Mhm.
make this short one, our
yeah.
exit. And
Yeah.
y'all have a good one.
And we out.